Oh, hi! I knew you were there, I just pretended I didn't. Welcome to this year's Glitchmas. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these, but I want to tackle some of the Glitchmas-y kind of glitches, I guess, that I didn't cover in Super Mario Odyssey the first time round. The 2 parts that I did do, way back when. With that being said, let's check out this episode of Super Mario Odyssey, and welcome to Glitchmas.
Super Mario Odyssey, it's been a little while, but I gotta say, it's always a nice game to come back to. And for Glitchmas, what better place to come to than the Snow Kingdom? Hey there folks, nice to see you, Santa Mario here. Now our first glitch involves the Chivarians and their Bound Bowl Grand Prix. But oh no, we don't actually want to participate, we just want to mess with the game. And our first step of doing this is to capture this Chivarian with Cappy and then go over to this area here just on the top of the ledge. We then want to get as close to this window as possible. So get just right in there, roll a little bit. Yeah, there we go. We then want to begin pressing B to bound and then timing the bounds so we kind of do this little ditty of up and down motion. It's kind of making me feel sick. And here, my fine friends, is where things get a little bit tricky. We need to jump out of this Chivarian. I feel like I need to give him a name. I'm gonna call him Bob. I'm gonna call him Bob. We need to time a ZL press when Bob is at just the right height so Mario escapes Bob, we're then able to dive away from Bob and be out of bounds. Sounds pretty simple, right? Well, yes, it is, but the timing is also very to say the least. So it's fair to say this may take you a couple of tries. But honestly, this is just a timing thing. Once you get the timing down, you can do this pretty consistently. And so, if we've been successful, we're now out of bounds, free to explore all of this. We've got the ground that you will slowly sink into if you stand in place too long, and also looks like chocolate milk. All of the Chivarians hanging out here or doing whatever this guy's doing are all very much lower poly versions of the ones that were inside, and also they have lower resolution textures for faces. I think my Christmas present to all of you is to fix the sad eyes that you all have. And when you're done poking fun at the locals, you can also run around on the track. I say run around on the track, I mean narrowly dodge the holes that are in the track and are also invisible and hope you don't die. Because that is gonna happen quite a few times. And you can consider that a warning. There's like one ledge that you can actually get on top of and kind of hang out with more Chivarians and watch the race, but apart from that, there's not an awful lot to do out here. I just like breaking the rules. I'm in a place that I shouldn't be. Nintendo, how have you not patched this yet? But also, please don't actually patch this. It's fun. But that's not the only way to get out of bounds in the Snow Kingdom. For my next trick, I'm gonna need one of these Typhoo enemies. Then I'm gonna want to take him over to this wooden block that you can actually blow and move it along this slidey ice. Now here's something I want to quickly explain about objects in Super Mario Odyssey. To put it simply, objects that are put into motion and then suddenly not on screen don't actually do anything. And this next glitch is actually a fine example of that being put into practice. What we want to do here is blow this sliding block about halfway down this ice section. Then we need to get on the other side of this wooden block and then start blowing it back towards its original position. But as we do this, now enter photo mode to start buffering this action, and what we want to do is create a Typhoo-sized gap that we can squeeze into when the time is right. Trust me, this will all make a lot more sense in just a second. With things still in photo mode now, we need to pan the camera away from the wooden block so it's off camera, and then simply exit photo mode. With the wooden block completely off camera now, it won't actually move until A, we get way too close to it, or B, it appears back in frame. With this knowledge, we now need to make our way away from the wooden block and come around a little bit to make our way to the gap where the wooden block on the wall will meet when the wooden block is back in frame, if that makes sense. Basically, stay far enough from the wooden block that it doesn't activate and start moving, and also get the Typhoo into the gap that we just made. The best way to achieve this is emulate everything you see on screen that I'm doing, and then if you're lucky, what will happen is, once the wooden block is back on screen, it will begin moving and basically push the Typhoo into this very awkward situation. If things are looking like this for you now, congratulations, you're not stuck, but we now need to wiggle our way into this kind of mountain wall side. You're gonna want to do this very slow and carefully to make sure you don't get pushed out and have to do the whole thing all over again. It's honestly not too difficult. Some factors to consider though is if this this gap is way too tight, you will get pushed out. If it's just right, you'll end up with results like this. And you'll just simply be able to wiggle right through the wall. And congratulations, you're yet again out of bounds for the second time this episode. Now the coolest thing about this out of bounds is that there's no danger of falling, so you're able to just explore till your heart's content. Unfortunately, there's not an awful lot to explore. They have for some reason put a double wall out here, so there's another wall of invisible collision that you cannot bypass. It's almost like a failsafe, just in case, I don't know, we came out of bounds. Ugh, Nintendo, why can't you just let me have fun with these things? I guess I'll never not have fun being out of bounds in a game, so there's that. And also, we can mess with the way the map loads, which is fun. Hey, look, I'm a wizard, Harry. Whee!
Wow, that was an interesting glitch. You might even say it blows, because you're Cloud. It blows things. I'm sorry.
For our final glitch this episode, we're gonna go into this little room in the Snow Kingdom, and we're gonna find these guys. They're called, wait for it, Bifrosts. I knew that. I didn't have to look up the Wikipedia, promise. Quickly now, kiddies, before I descend into madness. Now this one's really simple. All we need to do is lure one of these Bifrosts into this corner of the room. With Mario now hard pressing against this wall like this, we need to tap down and then forwards very quickly, which will get the Bifrost to attack us, and you maybe can see where this is going. What will happen is, as we're holding forward, we'll be pushed into the gap between the wall and the Bifrost. If you do this correctly, what will happen is we'll actually be pushed through this wall. And once you're on the other side of this wall, congratulations, you're on the other side of this wall. You can enjoy all the benefits of being on the other side of this wall, such as being on the other side of this wall. No, in all seriousness, there's not an awful lot to do out here, but there is a section that you can swim to and swim past, which actually leads to a bottomless pit that you can fall forever in. And that, in turn, has its own glitchy effects, such as if you leave Mario falling for roughly about 45 minutes to an hour, and you pause, you'll end up seeing, well, this. Mario and Cappy glitching and wobbling, and it's just a beautiful time, honestly. So, you know, enjoy it, I guess?
Well, that was certainly pretty interesting. I wonder what tomorrow's episode of Glitchmas we hold in store. Well, there's only one way to find out.